Cuban woman living just off the falls in West Belfast, and it fills my heart with pride to see you all stand here today in solidarity with the people of my revolutionary island. We Cuban people are a strong but humble people. We love life and we love nothing more than to share that love of life with others. Comrades, this is evidence in how we send international medical brigades around the world to save lives and alleviate human suffering, be that after earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, cyclones, pandemics, such as Ebola. When other countries were closing their borders, we were sending the largest international medical contingent to fight this deadly virus and save countless human lives and preventing from spreading across the globe. The arrival of the COVID-19 pandemic was no different. Cuba sent thousands of doctors to more than 40 countries across 5 continents within a 6-month period from March to September 2020. This solidarity action in many cases prevented the collapse of company healthcare systems within many countries and undoubtedly saved many thousands of lives. Now, while those medical brigades that consisted of doctors, nurses, lab technicians, consultants, epidemiologists risked their lives thousands of miles from home, their loved ones in Cuba, mothers, fathers and children, friends and neighbors, bore the brunt of the most vicious tightening of the blockade. Remember, comrades, that Trump added more than 240 new restrictions to an already strangling blockade, none of which the new self-proclaimed Irish-American President Biden has moved a finger to lift. This blockade of more than 61 years is the longest blockade in human history, which doesn't just impact the Cubans who live in the island, but their children who left the island through economic need in order to provide for their families back home. Some of the basics that the US blockade has started them off. In a speech made years ago, Fidel stated the following: "The blockade means that Cuba cannot even be sold an aspirin to relieve a headache or an anti-cancer that can save a life or alleviate the suffering of those in the final phase of life. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can be sold to Cuba." During the pandemic, it has led to the prevention of medicines, PPE and ventilators from reaching Cuba. It has led to queues from 3 a.m. to secure goods of services that are scarce as a result of the blockade. Many times, after waiting for 6 to 12 hours in searing heat, people walk home empty-handed as the shop has run out of products that could be food, household items, whatever the case might be. We all saw at the start of the pandemic panic buying having an impact on products here. That is, in a society that has a surplus of almost everything. Multiply that panic by 100 and you will get a better understanding of what the blockade does to Cuban society. It creates a scarcity, misery and permanent stress, and that is what it's designed to do, to inflict pain on Cuban people. I'm talking about items such as toilet paper, shampoo, soap, cleaning products, everyday household items that we in the West take for granted. In other words, products that make us feel clean, make us feel human, and allow us to function, not even thrive. And remember that this is happening in the midst of the worst global pandemic in a century. Basically, the pandemic has been weaponized by the US government against Cuba and its people. Comrades, you may be standing here today asking yourself, what more can I do to help? And I'd like to offer a few suggestions. If you can, please join a Cuba Solidarity group such as ours, Cuba Solidarity Forum, and help build a campaign to unblock Cuba, to lift the siege of the Cuban people. Now is the time. If you're agreeable, please share contact details with one of the organizers here today. 2, at present, that campaign I was referring to is truly global and international in scale. They're campaigning in North America, Latin America, Africa, Asia, Australia and Europe under the banner slogan #UnblockCuba. At 3, attend events like this. Encourage your friends, family and comrades to do likewise. Stand up for Cuba. Raise your voice for Cuba. Show solidarity with Cuba. 4, as a direct result of illegal US blockade that has prevented medical Unblock Cuba! 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 Unblock Cuba!
No más bloqueo.
No más bloqueo!